Ready? Begin. Mr. Speaker, even though the time at my disposal is rather short, I shall endeavour to refer to as many points raised by the members as possible. I am well aware that several honourable members were anxious to participate in the discussion to express their views, but as we had hardly 1 hour, I am sorry many of them could not do so. Before I proceed with my reply to the points raised, I should like to give a bird's eye view about the activities and achievements of the ministry which I have the honor to hold. So far as the industrial relations situations in the country are concerned, it had now showed a marked improvement during the current year. The number of strikes, lockouts, layoffs and man days lost due to these are very much less than in the previous years. It is therefore a matter of great consolation, and the management as well as labor deserves our warmest congratulations and appreciation in this regard. The government are quite alive to the fact that some of the provisions in the Industrial Disputes Act relating to layoff and retrenchment have been causing considerable havoc to the workers, as well as the labor leaders are naturally worried about the loopholes in the enactments. So, I propose to bring forward a comprehensive bill to amend the Industrial Disputes Act to plug these loopholes and to see that the workers are not unduly put to hardship and trouble because of the ambiguity in respect of some of these provisions. In this connection, I would like to make a fervent appeal to the employees and employers for full cooperation with the government in enforcing the provisions of the relevant enactments meant to create a healthy industrial atmosphere. Each must understand and appreciate the other's problems and try to cooperate with each other. They should take a vow so as to say not to do anything which will reduce the production of essential articles much needed by the people. Increased production is the need of the hour, and this can be achieved only with the wholehearted cooperation of both labor and management. Honorable members are perhaps aware that the government have recently introduced a new scheme of workers' participation in the management. Details of this scheme have been published in the Gazette. We are very keen to see that this new scheme becomes successful. In my view, it can be succeed only with the unstinted cooperation of both the management and labor. It is my duty to call upon the private sector to contribute its share of cooperation in this regard, as we have not introduced this scheme to them for the time being. It is a voluntary scheme, but we want to encourage the private sector also to fall in line with this scheme. To begin with, we have introduced this scheme in the public sector undertakings. We have already addressed the state governments to introduce this scheme in all the public sector undertakings in their respective states. At the same time, we want to see that the private sector should not lag behind but should also adopt this scheme. I was much pained to hear to say that we have a policy of confrontation with the workers. Let me here and now deny that allegation with all the vehemence at my command. We do not pursue a policy of such confrontation. On the other hand, we want to protect and safeguard the interests and welfare of the workers. We want to see that under no circumstances the workers are allowed to be exploited by the unscrupulous employees. Stop.